The Inland Empire's oldest and biggest shopping malls has closed its doors. The Carousel Mall in downtown San Bernardino has officially shut down. The 43-acre mall opened in 1972 and thrived for decades, but in recent years, it struggled to keep customers coming in. The city plans to demolish the mall and build new restaurants, shops, and housing on that property.
We're going down Interstate 215. We're coming to the 2nd Street Central City exit.
Okay, this next shot will show the need for additional traffic controls for Central City Mall as you enter the parking lot area. Once again, it has to be stressed that this is only a Wednesday afternoon at about 2 p.m. and traffic is not very heavy at this moment. Okay. They could have that fixed. That is terrible. You haven't shot it yet, right?
Yeah, I'm shooting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where do you see that?
17,659 days, 48 years ago, William Brown of the managing company building the mall stated, "Central City Mall is the pilot program for urban renewal in the western United States. Cities throughout California will be coming here to see this fantastic new project because it represents the new look for the future of downtown USA." Oh my guys, if he only knew what we knew now. Then and Now, ironically enough, was the theme of the new Central City Mall. The $45 million project was part of the masterpiece of the $100 million that was spent in San Bernardino over the last 10 years in an effort to revitalize the downtown area. The mall encompassed 1 million square feet and was planned to have 100 retail stores accompanied by 3 anchors, JCPenney, Montgomery Ward, complete with an adjacent auto center, and the already existing Harris Company, which had been there since 1927. The building of the mall was a joint venture between the John S. Griffith Company and the Kirchie Turner Company. If I have that wrong, please correct me. The mall featured arch galleries, fountains, landscaped planners, and freestanding staircases, making for a gracious setting for art exhibits, concerts, fashion shows, and more. The legendary Gruen Associates once again had their hand in a mall as they were the primary architects on the project. The mall and surrounding areas never really reached their full potential as only 52 stores ended up opening at the start, and the city had ambitious plans to have an aerial tramway, a 4th anchor, and a city central park, all of which never came to fruition. Although the mall was built, it had an uphill battle right from the moment it opened its doors. San Bernardino itself was undergoing a massive identity change as the agricultural spirit it had been known for was bulldozed in favor of open fields and a more urban-based setting. The early 70s were also a time of unrest for the Inland Empire as the governor, fearing unrest in his own city, made national news by arming his firefighters with shotguns. Additionally, police tear gassed would-be concert-goers at a sold-out Jimi Hendrix show in 1970. The Inland Empire of that time was also the scene of one of the smallest crimes of the century. Future famed musician Frank Zappa spent 10 days in San Bernardino County Jail in 1964 after he sold an obscene sound recording to an undercover detective at his Cucamonga home studio. Zappa later immortalized the incident in his taunting 1975 song, San Bernardino. These issues naturally manifested themselves in the local youth who would hang out at the mall, and shoppers frequently reported gang activity at or around the mall. You also had the mall changing hands several times and reportedly several city leaders having their stake in the financial success of the mall. These problems continued into the 1980s, and in 1991 they had a more family-friendly idea in mind and a massive overhaul commenced.
Magic comes to life at Carousel Mall. Carousel Mall is the Inland Empire's family shopping and entertainment center, offering traditional value, service, and quality. The grand reopening in 1991 featured new decor, lighting, and a modern color theme. The Carousel is the centerpiece for the mall's new look. The Carousel also allows the mall to sponsor community events and generate support for many charitable and nonprofit organizations. The newest entertainment feature is Carousella, the mall mascot. Carousella is in the mall on weekends and during special occasions. Carousella visits schools and hospitals, giving fun and excitement to children throughout the community. The Cannonball Express delights children, and it provides a colorful setting for holiday displays. And another children's favorite, Barney the Bear. The mall ambassadors are another new feature, and along with the information booth, provide customer assistance.
Built by Chance Rides Incorporated of Wichita, Kansas, the $300,000, 36-foot diameter carousel with 30 decorative horses was the new centerpiece of the rebranded, family-friendly Carousel Mall. Chance Rides purchased the molds and manufacturing rights to the horses from Gustav Denzel, who is considered the pioneer of the mall carousel horse we know today in so many malls. Denzel was a German immigrant who built the first carousel in 1870 in Philadelphia, and it truly is mind-blowing to think that the carousel that was in the mall draws its roots back over 100 years. Despite the efforts to make the mall more family-friendly, which also included upgraded lighting outside, neon lighting throughout the mall, and a brighter facade, the mall continued to struggle. Harris Company went out of business in the 90s, and also the competing Inland Center Mall drew customers away with its oh-so-convenient location near the freeway. 2001 would deal the mall a massive blow when anchor Montgomery Ward completely liquidated all of its assets and went out of business rather quickly, by the way. Penny's would follow suit in 2003, leaving the mall anchorless, and at the time, the only real tenant in the mall, other than a few stores, were primarily offices for the city of San Bernardino.
Seems like all's well in the management offices over here at Central City Mall. Well, Sam's slipped away to a quarterly mall managers meeting. Well, that's what he said anyway. Let's see what the staff of Central City Company is up to. Just walk on in here. I see Renee is busy back there. Let's see. Eileen has been preparing for an audit for several weeks, and she seems to be right in the middle of it right now, so we won't bother Eileen too much. Yeah, looks like pretty important business material there. Hi Renee, how is your day going so far?
Fine, Tony.
Oh, well thank you. Are you comfortable?
Oh, yes, very.
Okay, good, good. I'm sure the Mr. Catalano will appreciate very much seeing what's going on here. Let's visit with Cheryl, see how she's doing. She's our accounting and financial wizard, and hi
Tony.
Cheryl, how's it going?
Great, I'm winning.
Good, good, okay. Well, good luck. I'll see you in a little while.
Bye.
Keep up the good work on all those books. Well, let's see what's going on in the rest of the office. Of course, Sam's office is empty right now, and I think he wanted the walls painted or something, so let's take a look. Hi, Steve, how's it going?
Oh, hey, Tony, I'm
You gonna get
getting
that?
the walls painted up, but
get-
we'll have them all white in here in a little bit.
Excellent,
I
okay.
didn't want to pull the wallpaper off because it would have been quite a hard job to do. So I
Okay.
figured I'd just paint right over the wallpaper here.
That sounds good to me.
Okay?
Okay, I'm sure Sam will appreciate having his office painted white.
No
We'll talk to
problem,
you
no
later.
problem.
Okay, thanks
All
a
right.
lot.
After 5 long years, of all the malls that I have been to in my YouTube career, the one store that has eluded me is getting inside of a Montgomery Ward. Here we are. It finally happened after years and years of being such an elusive company from 2001 when it just abruptly closed its doors. We did not have any Montgomery Wards in the Buffalo, New York area or in Western New York, period. So I didn't know much about wards really until I started getting into the Dead Mall stuff and learning about it, and it was kind of always just this great white buffalo for me because I had never seen one or the remnants of one in person. And when I visited Carousel Mall the first time in 2017, the mall was still kind of hanging on. It had just not yet officially closed yet. And that Montgomery Ward property was abandoned or full of stuff like it is now, but the doors were locked and we could not get inside. So I was so bummed out at the time. But if at first you don't succeed, try again. And we got inside the wards, and I'm just kind of spitballing here, telling you about my experience here. There is not much left to see, but we did recover some things. There were some old shopping bags from the Christmas time for Montgomery Wards. Obviously, this men's washroom is a Wards font. If any of you Ward heads out there know, there's another new term, right? Ward heads. But there were some things. There were a couple price tags and some remnants. Unfortunately, most things had been either auctioned off or were, who knows, ransacked or people took them. I don't know. But it was really cool to finally be inside of awards. It was a goal for me. It was a bucket list item for me on the retail spectrum, seeing places like this. And generally speaking, I know there are a lot of folks who do abandoned videos on like retail and stuff, but to me, they're all the same. It's not really interesting unless it has some substance behind it. And while yes, this Montgomery Ward's property did not have a ton left behind, the significance and how rare anything left behind from awards is in general made this extra special. This, I believe, here was a children's advertising piece, which was pretty cool to see. So it was really, really awesome to cross that off the bucket list and then finding these amazing blueprints inside of the offices from the original store plans. As we move on into the back hallways here where a lot of the storage was of the actual mall, just wanted to mention one more thing. There was a 4-foot by 2-foot approximately sign, or maybe a little bit smaller, bigger than that. Montgomery Ward mint condition blue late 60s early 70s sign that hung on the wall facing the exterior of the mall portion where Ward's was heading into the mall, and that was I was hoping to get my hands on that and preserve that, and although it was taken, I'm happy to report that it was taken by a local who is going to preserve it and hopefully put it in a local San Bernardino museum. That's the whole goal with this stuff, guys, is this is all about preserving history. And even though some mall owners and places do not want to acknowledge the fact, or even in a lot of cases care about that, this is my mission, and it has been my mission for the last 5 years making this channel, is to document as much of the history of our childhoods and our adolescence and our teen years and our adult lives that these malls represented. That's what this is all about for me, is going back in time and really seeing, like no other industry, a building or a space that has just been absolutely forgotten about. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video and enjoyed the work that I did to preserve the VHS tape and everything that you are seeing right now. It was something that I will not forget, and all of these experiences have been amazing over the past 5 years. This mall in particular is right up there with Northridge Mall in Milwaukee in terms of just the amount of things that were just left behind as we appear at this weird New York City skyline in a California mall. But having said that, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring this video to you. I hope you enjoy it. Please share it with all of your friends. The more people that see this, the more people can understand what I really am interested in doing and what I am trying to achieve here with the channel. I want to give a special shout out, as you're going to see here in the end credits, to my buddies Richard and Vernon out there for the hookup with the mall, and also to the locals outfitters. They are part of the preservation group with preserving the history of San Bernardino and the local culture and history there. I am super appreciative of them. My good buddy Jeremy from Vacant Exploration, and of course my boy Zach Darkstar Huxley. Everybody take care, and we'll see you in the next adventure.